Boom. What's up, young man?
What's up? How you doing?
Chilling. How you doing?
Good. Just getting in from training. Just getting in from training.
Man, it's been a so just a disclaimer. I haven't really heard any of the stuff that's gone on. Like I've on
Yeah.
purpose because I know I'm going to talk to you guys. So I'm going to ask. I know you've talked about it a lot. I don't know any of it.
Yeah.
I just know something about your legs. You couldn't feel your legs, but yeah, there's been a lot going on with you, man. So I guess the first question is like, what happened? What happened in Saudi? Like, what was your illness? That's the first question.
So I can't really get into it
Okay.
because Oscar and everyone, they're investigating and whatnot. So I can't really even talk about that. I can't
Okay.
really talk about anything having to do with Saudi. But I will say that I was not myself. Um, Whatever the case was, I was just out of it. And the commission, they were like I wasn't fit to fight. So
And this is what commission? Who? What's
the
the commission?
British boxing BBBC, something like that. The
Okay.
British Commission. Yeah,
Okay. And so you can't talk about like when you're in the hospital, like you
I
can't talk.
can't I can't really talk about that. I just know like it was everything was like a blur. I didn't remember anything waking up like for like the past 2 days. I couldn't remember anything. By the time I woke up, it was probably like 4 in the morning, and I think they got me to the hospital probably like 6 in the afternoon. So yeah, I just remember waking up and my dad and everyone frantic. So yeah, it
You wo-
just huh?
so you woke up in the hospital.
Yeah, I woke up in a hospital.
Do
Yeah.
you know how many days you were out? Like how many days that you missed?
Day and a half. I
Hold
was
on.
out for like a day and a half.
A day and a half. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, a
Okay.
day and a half. I was out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then and then you were back in the because it looked like you were back in the gym pretty soon after that, right? So there was no lingering
Yeah.
effects.
It kind of was the when I got discharged from the hospital, my legs felt a little like noodly. When I got home, or up until I got home, my body was just in pain. My stomach was in pain. But I got home, and after I watched the fight, I kind of got depressed because I was like, that was my time. That was my title. I watched that fight like 4 times the day after. My dad, he was like, "You're just gonna kill yourself if you keep watching it." So I was like, you know what? I'll just go to the gym.
Oh,
That was a mistake going to the gym because after I went to the gym, my body was my body was hurting. But you know, I don't want to lose all that progress after spending that much time in camp. So that's why I'm staying in the gym, even if my body's I just gotta tone it down a little bit. So
so can you say if you guys believe that it was something intentional or something that just had a sickness that just happened?
see, they've been on my back about it and whatnot. So I can't really say.
Okay.
But if I'm going off of my personal opinion, I feel like you just don't get sick like that, just out the blue. But who knows? We'll see once everything opens up with this investigation. So
Well, let me ask you this then. Yeah, I know you can't say exactly what, but did the doctors tell you what happened, or they're just like, we don't know what happened?
now they were like, we don't know what happened. I think that was like a pretty busy hospital. They had so many people coming in and out. They did whatever they had to do to make sure I was good. They discharged me. Vada came the the next day, or
Hmm.
I think it might have been the day I got discharged or the day after. I'm not sure, but they came, took some urine and some blood. So they got that. They were supposed to get it sometime like this week or next week. So yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
those labs take forever. Those toxicology reports. Um,
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
how, if you're at liberty to say, how much was the weight cut? Was there a big weight cut here, or it was
That's
manageable?
the crazy part. Eddie Hearn, he tried to twist it on it was my weight, but I was on my weight pretty well. If you look, February, I think it was February 14th, we made a video. I was 138. The day before the check weight is when I got sick or whatever. So people were saying I didn't make weight. It was like I was already on weight. You know, I was bigger than Shakur, and I was probably weighing less than he was. So weight
Mm,
was never a problem. You gotta remember, I'm 22. I'm not gonna grow butt so much. So it's
right.
like I've been at 135 for the longest. I'm probably about like 5'9.5", 5'10", so I'm not the tallest. So, and I'm disciplined, so it's never my weight. But it's Eddie. He gonna spin it how he gotta spin it. But
Mm,
I've been fighting at 135, making it healthy my last fights probably since I've been professional. So
right, right. So this illness came on in Saudi, not before.
yeah, I wasn't sick. I barely get sick. I take my vitamins. I don't really shake hands with people. I take precaution when it comes to my health. So people are gonna have their different opinions. Do I think I got sick? No. Could I have got
Right.
sick? Who knows? So, like I said, we'll see when all of this comes out, and
Uh-huh.
keep it moving. On to the next. I'll just take better precaution. My next fight.
So there was no penalties or whatever for missing the Shakur fight, right? They deemed it just a medical thing officially.
No, because they can't. I mean, I still wanted to fight, but the British, the commission, the doctor, he told them that I can't fight. He flat out said he's not fit to fight. When they came to check my eyes, my pupils, the
Mm-hmm.
doctor said we got to get him to the hospital immediately. So,
Oh
they didn't
shit.
even give me a chance to say what I wanted to do. So, I mean, I was out, so I couldn't make a decision, but you know. They didn't give it time, so they just pulled me. The commission pulled me. So
Wow.
if I could have fought, I would have fought. But
I believe that. I mean, so you said you were watching the fight, which must have been your dad. I think your dad's right. That's torture.
yeah,
But
yeah, for sure.
you're trying to learn, right? You're trying to see openings. You're trying to where is that what you were doing? Trying to see, for a possible future matchup with Shakur?
We got.
You're freezing up on me.
I spent so much time away from my son. My son was 1 month when I left for camp. And now he's 5 months. He just turned 5 months. So like, I missed so much time out of his life. I spent so much money. On sparring partners and camp. So it was more so the fact that like I was just reminiscing like that I went through all of this just to not have my dreams come true. So
Right.
when I got home and seen the fight, because I was already home when the fights were happening that Saturday, I was just watching it on repeat, just repeat on top of repeat. And my dad was like, "Yo, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You keep watching that." So literally, like I had to get my son here because my son wasn't supposed to be here for a couple like 5 more days, 6 more days. We had my dad literally changed his flight to that next day so I could get my mind off of it because I was just driving myself crazy. Um,
Damn.
I punched my TV. I was mad, man, because it was like, because let's be honest, anybody could see even with a blind eye, Shakur. I mean, he's not a threat, and it was like had two hurt hands in that fight. To me, he didn't look his best. Me personally, that's just my opinion. So it was like me in my head. I'm like, man, I could have did this. This was my opportunity. So
Yeah.
I
I
was
mean,
serious, and that's why I had to go to the gym, just calm everything down. So
yeah.
I'm good now. I'm good now, but
Well, you didn't talk to Shakur at all, right?
nah. Next time I talk to him, I'm just never mind. But no, I didn't.
What? Finish that one.
I was gonna say next time I talk to him, it's gonna be face to face in that ring, hopefully. But I haven't really been online. Um, yeah, I haven't really been online. I haven't really been talking to people. I haven't talked to my friends since I've been back. It's just been me and my son, and I just been just trying to focus on getting a new date. I don't want my training to go to waste. All is going to waste. So, I can't. My son is like I say this all the time. My son, that's my everything. So,
Right.
just the fact I spent all that time away from him alone,
Uh-huh.
it's just that's just what irks me the most because you miss so many precious moments.
Right.
So.
Yeah, for nothing.
Yeah, for nothing. I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't have fought. Like, I wanted to take him to Disney after that fight. I wanted to win the belt to take him to Disney. It was just
Mm-hmm.
so many plans I had. So it was like all of it got ruined. But God does things, in mysterious ways. So who are we to question him? So
And
I'm just
what?
glad I got my health. So
Yeah, no, for sure. That was scary.
yeah,
Your dad, I believe, posted the video of you in the hospital, and even at one point, it looked like you had a ventilator in your mouth, which I don't think you did, right?
nah,
But it
nah.
looked like that from the picture.
It did. It did. A lot of people
Yeah.
thought I was dead. I'm like, I woke up, and then when I woke up, my phone like had so many notifications. It was like just saying me, I hope all is well. Hope you're not dead. I'm like, bro, I got so
Crazy.
many messages I still didn't answer. I didn't even go through my phone.
Did you talk to Turk? What was Turkey's whole perspective on this thing?
Um, I never got to speak to Turkey.
Oh.
By the time I was getting up, the weigh-ins were like already finished. So I never got the chance to speak to Turkey, and I didn't get to go to the fights because the doctors they wasn't gonna let me. Um, so I
Mm,
never really got to speak to him, but he did give his his not condolences, but like he did apologize and say everything.
hmm.
Basically, he just was cool about the situation, and
W-
he gave word through Oscar and Golden Boy. So
One of the conspiracies I heard were that you purposely missed this fight so because you're going to fight Tank next instead, which I think is retarded, ridiculous.
it's very retarded. And to be honest, if that was the case, I mean, why not fight Shakur then fight Tank? Then that's two, great fighters on my resume. I mean, whoever made that myth, I mean, they need psychological help. But now, if that was the case, that I didn't miss this fight on purpose, but now if I got the shot to fight Tank, I'll take it. Might as well make up for lost time. So,
Do you do
that's
you
not gonna happen because
do you
I
think there's any chance because Tank is talking about calling out his next fight after this one? You think you'll be in that pot?
no, I don't think so. I mean, it's simply because of the fact, like my dad made a point. Tank wants those, like he's been talking about retirement for the longest, so he probably wants those big fights that's going to generate a lot of money. Tank fights me. I think Tank might get 5 million, 10 million the most. I mean, he fights Shakur, Devin, Teofimo. That's probably like 20 million plus. So
Yeah, and
mm,
which is too bad because you're like you're the young guy who's dangerous. They're more experienced, but they have losses, and you know, um, who do you think would be an easier? And I know no fights are easy, but easier for you between Tank, Shakur, or Tio?
hmm, definitely you got to go Shakur, and that's just because like if you got a strong mental, you're just gonna beat Shakur. You're probably just gonna, if you can hit Shakur and you got a strong mental, you're gonna win the fight. So that's just how I view it. Tank, you always got to be careful with Tank, and he can knock you and knock anybody out in any round. So whether you beat him or not, you just can't get comfortable. And let's be honest, when speaking from a fighter standpoint, you beating a fighter pretty easy, you get comfortable. I mean, look what happened to Leo Santa Cruz and Frank Martin. They were breezing through those fights, and next thing you know, they're out.
Yeah,
Teofimo, I mean, Teofimo's Teofimo. I mean, it depends on which Teo shows up that night. To be honest,
right.
I mean, yeah. To be honest, I don't even know what's going on with him. So,
Yeah,
uh,
he's been saying some wild things.
he has. I mean, who knows? Who knows what he's going through mentally? But Teo on his best days, he's a great fighter. But when Teos has those down days, he doesn't look the greatest. So.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, exactly. You don't know which one's showing up. So who do you want to Who do you want to fight next?
Um, I would love to fight anybody that gets me in title and range for that title. I don't really have a preference. We had Shakur in line, that didn't go through. They gave me the fight with Tank. I would be glad to take that. Keyshawn,
Hmm.
anybody with a belt, really. I think Loma's out, so I can't get Loma. So just
Hmm.
anybody with a belt. Anybody that doesn't get my name out there and notoriety.
So there's been no. I know it's like fresh off, the whole cancellation, but there's no names. What's up, Pop?
What up? What up?
Brooklyn. I didn't know
That's
you guys
right.
from
That's
Brooklyn.
right.
I didn't know he was from Brooklyn until recently. I'm from New York too. So who do you think you would fight then? Like, have there any been talks of anybody besides those guys with the belts?
Nah, not really. I mean, we heard Zapata one time that died down. Um, Frank Martin was an option a long time ago,
Mm,
but nobody's really calling nobody out right now. I feel like I'm the only person doing that, so nobody really says my name. And, whether they think I'm not like up there yet to be called out, whatever the case may be, they just don't say my name. So It's just whoever
Right.
Golden Boy, my dad, come up with, and whoever they give me, I'm just ready to fight. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
ready to fight. We got that Shakur fight. We accepted it right then and there.
Yeah.
We didn't go back and forth with the negotiations, nothing. We just signed, ready to fight. So
Yeah. That was
that's
that
just
was
how I am.
that was too bad. That was one of the most disappointing changes in that card. There was two dropouts. And the dude he fought obviously was they keep saying he's an electrician, blah blah blah. He was way less experienced. We definitely wanted to see you in there. But like you said, I guess things happen for a reason. Okay. Well, hey
Yeah.
man, look, I appreciate you giving me the time. I don't want to hold you any longer. Dad, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, people. We'll talk soon, man.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Thank
All right.
you.
Peace.